Hello Dragon Ballers, it's Dokkan, and on today's video we are going to be discussing all of the banners that are going to be coming to the global version of Dokkan Battle. Now all of this information is based upon what we've seen already in the Japanese version, a little bit is based on what we already know is coming to global, and a lot of this is subject to change. Global has changed things before, and they have every right to do so again. So, without further ado, let's talk about what we know is coming. The LR banners. I'm also going to include, down the line, we should see LR Bardock, and we should see the Tanabata banner, whatever that means. I don't really know what that means, but we'll discuss Super Saiyan 4 Goku down the line a bit. But basically, these kinds of banners are saturated heavily with featured SSRs. So the chance of pulling the exact SSR that you want are very slim in comparison to Dokkan Fest. So I don't recommend that free-to-play players pull on these banners. It's just not worth it. Yeah, maybe throw a couple of stones at it here and there, but if you're saving up, you're going to want to save up for something that's a little more likely that you can get what you want. Now, we don't have any dual Dokkan Fest coming up as far as I know right now as of recording this video. It's July 25th, and just, before you comment when I'm recording this video. So, and also this video is going up in a couple of days. So anyway, I usually tell free-to-play players to wait for the dual Dokkan Fest. It's the buy 3, get 1 free kind of deal. A lot of times Global incorporates tickets with that. It's a really good way. Usually those are the best units and the best banners, and those are the ones you should really be saving for. And we don't know what the next dual Dokkan Fest is as of recording this video. So that being said, these LR type banners, yes, Vegito and Gogeta are coming back in, way down the line. Bardock, we have no idea when he's coming because they released the LR banners all out of order, but Bardock specifically, I want to say, is not exactly worth it as a unit. The amount of stones you have to throw at the banner to get him usually, I would say is not worth it. But if you like the character, by all means, go for the characters that you like. If that's the way that you play, by all means, go for the specific character that you like. I'm more coming from a gameplay standpoint. What's going to progress you through the game the best, the easiest, the fastest, the most efficient, basically, is what I'm trying to get across here. And don't take my word as gospel. You play the game the way you want to. This is just kind of sort of an informative video to try to help you make a decision. As far as the LR Gohan, the black, the Broly, the whatever else is coming, I don't have it right in front of me. But all of those banners that are coming up, I would strongly recommend that free-to-play players avoid them. For Dolphins, people that spend a little bit of money, if you're out of discount stones, I wouldn't worry about it. If you still have some discount stones left, then sure, by all means, maybe try to go in a little bit on one of these, whichever LR you want, whichever LR you don't have. And of course, for whales, good luck. Good luck, boys. And girls, the two of you that play this game. Anyway, so let's talk about Dokkan Fest, actual Dokkan Fest. The next one that came out on the Japanese version, not necessarily the next one that's coming out on the global version, but the next one that came out on the Japanese version is the Turles banner. And as far as this banner is concerned, most of the units on here are not exactly all that worth. You've got your older units like Golden Frieza, Broly, the Tech Beerus. They don't really fit in the meta all that well. Strength Janemba is a nice grab, as is Cooler. The Tapion isn't all that great. The main problem I have with this banner is that you really do need Turles to get through. What is it? It's one of the Extreme Z Awakenings. I think it's the Kamehameha Goku Gohan Goku Gohan and Goten. Yeah, to get through that, you really need Turles. But you can always just, if you have an extreme, a mono extreme team, you can always bring a Turles friend, and that should work pretty well for the most part, at least to get you through the 30 stages that it takes to awaken all those characters. So there's that aspect to it, and then there's also the aspect of, just from an overall gameplay standpoint, the family Kamehameha EZAs are not that big of a deal. You don't need them. They're not optimal in any team. They're viable to a degree, specifically the Gohan, but not all that worth it. So this is a huge skip for free-to-play players, in my opinion. And for Dolphins, this is probably a skip for you guys as well. Maybe throw a couple at it. If they've got discount stones, cool. If they don't, I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't spend full price on any of this kind of stuff. So, next up, we've got the Vegeta Dokkan Fest, the Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta. This, honestly, so far is probably the one that I would recommend saving stones for more than any other banner here, but I would still say wait for the Dual Dokkan Fest if you're a true free-to-play player and you just don't have a whole lot of stones. You're going to want to save up for that Dual Dokkan Fest. Whatever it is, I don't care what it is, it's going to be the best way to spend your stones. So we've got Vegeta here, Ultimate Gohan, Jiren, who will get his Dokkan Awakening. With the coming of this banner, you'll also have his stage. You've got Tobo's Dokkan Awakening, and you've got the new Dispo and the new Ribrianne, and 17's also on here. He's a very solid unit. And then, of course, your featured SRs, you know. Plenty of tech Gohans to help level up super tech of your Ultimate Gohan if you end up pulling him. And things of that nature. That's pretty much what featured SRs are for. Not SSRs, what featured SRs are for the most part, so it seems. So this is probably the best one. The Pure Saiyans team is really solid. There's a bunch of different ways you can build the team, so that's a pretty easy go-to. Most people have a Goku or two, or a Vegeta or two. Just, you know, maybe even a Broly somewhere in there. It's pretty easy to build a Pure Saiyans team. So pretty much for most people, I would say this is the most valuable banner that we have out at the moment. But once again, I would say for free-to-play players, hold off, wait for the Dual Dokkan Fest, whatever it may be. Next up, we have the Future Gohan banner. This is a very, very tasty looking banner. This is probably the next best banner. This is your chance to get Vegito Blue again, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, and of course the Future Gohan. But Future Gohan isn't all that great, really. From what I've seen, and I haven't actually used him, most of what I'm basing my JP analysis on is just hard numbers, and you can only get so far with numbers, you know, because without actually playing with the unit and using it, you can't really truly say how good it is. But I'm basing everything off of, you know, the calculations I have done and all of that, and he does not put out a whole lot of work. His team, the Future Saga, is, you know, really not that different from teams that we've already seen, like Realm of Gods and Potara. It's very similar. It's just, you know, your LR Black and Rose and Vegito Blue kind of, you know, like just whatever. It's just you don't really need this unit. He's not super great on super physical. On Hybrid Saiyans, he's not all that great. He doesn't have the greatest key links in the world on that team. So pretty much what it comes down to is, do you need Vegito Blue? Do you need Super Saiyan 3 Bardock? If so, then yeah, throw some stones at this guy. If not, I would avoid this one. Although for Dolphins, I think it is worth at least going for the dupes of Vegito Blue and the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. By the way, by Dolphin, what I mean is somewhere in between free-to-play and whale. You're not whaling out. You're not spending tons of money all the time, but maybe you throw a couple bucks at it every month, something like that. Also, just as a footnote, the Android 18 and 17 get their, I believe it's in a not a Dokkan Awakening, but a rebirth. I could be wrong about that though. Let me know in the comment section if I am, but I believe it's a rebirth on this banner. This is when that actually happens. Now, here's the juicy stuff. Here's the really juicy stuff. We have the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This is what I would consider the third best banner to pull on. And the reason that it's number 3, the reason that it's below the Future Gohan banner is because your Super Saiyan 3 team is amazing, and Vegito Blue, the Tech Vegito Blue, is amazing. Most people have Gogeta, Omega, Vegeta. Most people have those units, but if you don't have them, then this is a good chance to get them. The full power category, I've already talked about the issues with it. Most of the issues with it come down to just you need the exact right units to run it. And this Goku does not do very well on Super Tech. He does do well on Pure Saiyans, but he's not it's not like the team is screwed without him, you know what I mean? So that's why this is the third best banner in my opinion, is just because this Goku, as good of a unit as he is, his usability is very limited for free-to-play players, and that's why I'm, trying to steer free-to-play players towards something a little more tangible, a little more realistic for your future in the game. That being said, he's a fantastic unit. The new Strength GT Goku is a fantastic unit. The GT Cell and Frieza are, they have their uses, and of course, if you need Omega or Gogeta, then this is a good time to try to get those guys. That's going to do it for Dokkan Fest, except for one, which we'll discuss at the end, just because we don't know a whole lot about it. But I want to talk about the commonly referred to as waifu banner. Brawl is like 11, Chi-Chi in this is like 17 or something, Videl's 16 or 17, Bulma's 14. Don't call it a waifu banner. They're kids. It's just a cute little girls banner. Anyway, sorry, that's the dad in me coming out. I've got a daughter, so it's gonna come out every now and then. So anyway, I would recommend trying to get your hands on this Brawl. No pun intended. She's a fantastic unit, and Chi-Chi's definitely a good unit for Peppy Gal specifically, but Brawl's an amazing unit, and I highly recommend trying to go for her, as weird as that might sound, if you've got the team for it. If not, don't worry about it. And for free-to-play players, once again, I just recommend Dual Dokkan Fest. Wait for that. These units will be filtered back into the general pool, into the unfeatured SSR, smattering of units, so your chances of pulling them are not very high, but they're there. Also, I believe this was discounted, so anytime you come across a discounted banner, that's a time that you might want to consider maybe doing a couple of summons off of it, depending on how many stones you have. If you got a bunch, if you got plenty, don't use all your stones on these, but if you got plenty, then by all means, go for it. But for Dolphins, I would highly recommend going for Brawl. And your chances of getting her are very high because there are only 5 featured SSRs in this entire banner. So your chances are a lot better than on a Dokkan Fest, for instance. And she's a fantastic unit, works well on multiple teams. Very surprising that I'm glad they're finally giving the ladies, their due, so to speak, which we will discuss here in a second. We've got some very exciting stuff coming up. So let's talk about banners with 3 units on them. Generally, this comes along with the Extreme Z Awakenings. Yes, Cell should be coming up at some point in the future. I imagine Frieza will probably be next, just because I've had a lot of people speculate that Frieza's next, and I kind of agree with it, that it kind of fits with the Planet Namek saga whole thing. We should also be seeing the LR Frieza campaign going on at some point really soon, especially after the release of the Ginyu Force. We should be seeing that really soon, but I could be wrong. Anyway, these kinds of banners are pretty nice for getting the exact unit that you want. There's 3 featured SSRs, so the chance of getting the exact unit you want are very high. I believe, for the most part, these are, I don't know if it's limited, but it's a guaranteed featured SSR at the end of the multi. I think that might be limited to just a few of them, but if it's not, let me know in the comment section. Feel free to correct me on any of this kind of stuff. But this is a good chance to get the exact unit that you want, and if you see a unit that you need on one of these banners, pretty tempting. I would highly consider it. Not recommend. I would highly consider it. It just depends on where you're at. You have to make your own decisions for your game and what's best for you and all that kind of stuff. Now let's talk about any banner that's, inherently discounted or that gives you some extra stuff in the process. What I'm talking about are the category banners and the max level banners. The category banners are cool because you usually get 3 discounted multis, guaranteed featured SSR at the end of it. So if you need to fill out a category, if you've got the category lead but not a whole lot of units to use on there, this is a good chance to fill out that category. However, the one thing I want to caution you about is generally speaking, these are all the rebirths, and the rebirths aren't usually the best ones to put on the team. But if you just need to fill out a category, these are great ways to do it. The max level banners, have the best support units for type specific extreme 120 and super 120 leads. These are the best ways, or these are the best support units for those specific teams, but with categories being so prominent in the meta, maybe this isn't as important. You do get Elder Kais when you summon on this, and sometimes there's orbs like we've seen during the 3-year anniversary. It just kind of depends. You decide if it's worth it for you. If you need Kais, for Dolphins, if you need Kais, this is a great way to get it, and you can walk away with something nice. And there's a slight chance for an LR, but don't let that make you, or don't let that make your decision for you. It's just a little, you know, if you need Kais or you want the support unit for the specific type, this is a good way of going about that. And just know that there is a small, very, very, very small chance that you might walk away with a little extra something sweet. Now, the final banner that I want to discuss, we don't know anything about it. All we know is the next Dokkan Fest coming to JP is going to be Android 21, which is very exciting. This is the first female character in her own Dokkan Fest. Remember, K-Flow was not a Dokkan Fest. So this is the first actual Dokkan Fest, Dokkan exclusive female character, which if it doesn't mean anything to you, cool, whatever, but it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me as a father of a daughter who I'm trying to raise into a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. It means a lot to me, and I really appreciate Dokkan doing this. I don't know where this banner is going to be, or where this image is going to be, because I have no idea how I'm going to set it up. I'll have to. That's editing. I'm not there yet right now as I'm recording this. But if you like the character and you're one of these people that goes for the character that you like, then yeah, definitely save your stones for this, because she should be good. I imagine she'll be good. There's speculation about her being the Android category leader. I don't know exactly what she's going to be, and I'm not going to speculate here because this is just supposed to be pure information. But what I can tell you is this is going to be a very, very exciting event, and we'll see how it goes. Right now, I don't know what units are going to be on it. I can't give you a full synopsis on the banner itself. I don't even know what the unit does yet. All I know is that she's coming to Dokkan. She'll be here at some point, and if that's a character that you really like, that you want to summon for, maybe save your stones for that. All right, guys, those are my thoughts. Please feel free to let me know if I got anything wrong. Like, there were multiple times during the video where I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Please let me know down in the comment section below. You might get your comment pinned. Also, let me know your thoughts, your opinions. What do you think as far as the banners go? What do you think is the best one to save up for? Things of that nature. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. This channel is half me and half you guys, so let's get an open dialogue going on. And if you're still a little confused, check down in the comment section, see what your friends have to say about this. They might have thought of something that I haven't. Who knows? I mean, it's very likely they've thought of something that I haven't. I mean, there's another 11,000 people down there. The chances of nobody having anything to say are 0%. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. I'm always into that kind of stuff. There's some links in the description that could be of use to you. Maybe you might be interested in it. There's my Discord, there's my Twitter, there's some resources that I use on a day-to-day basis and some of my playlists that I think might be a little bit of interest to you, especially for newer players. I try to gravitate towards you guys because you need the help. I wish I'd gotten the help when I started. So I'm passing that on to you guys. All right, that's it. That's going to do it for this one, guys. I'll get back to you in a couple of months about the upcoming banners as they come out on JP and all that kind of stuff. I'll keep you updated on this kind of stuff. You guys really, really seem to respond well to these types of videos, so I'll keep making them. But in the meantime, I've got a full list of stuff I need to be working on because I'm gonna be away over the weekend and into next week, so I'm not gonna be able to post any videos, so I gotta get going. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I love each and every one of you tiny little goofballs, and I'll catch you on the next one.